I love Napoleon Hill. I study his books. He was a writer back in the 1930s. He actually had spent 25 years prior to his first writing his book being called by Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate, to study success, to define what made great leaders successful and others not. And he went on a 25-year journey, and that enabled him to create this book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's read by millions and millions and millions of people that since the 1930s, it's a book that is life transformational. And he states, decide at the onset whether you intend to become a leader in your chosen calling or remain a follower. Leadership is a choice, and you get to decide, do I want to lead or do I want to follow? When you decide you want to lead, you begin to go into a process of deep self-analysis, deep awareness to develop who and what you are. So when you decide to lead, there are two components of that decision that we want to be focused on: risk and rewards. Because in every decision, there's always a risk and there's always a reward. So the risk is that component that could go into your head once you're deciding to lead. Well, you're taking responsibility. You're deciding that you're going to go forth. You're deciding that you want to make an impact. And you know part of that risk is failure. But I'm going to here to tell you that even if you fall flat on your face, even though an idea that you created or a business that you developed or a proposal that you created fell flat, didn't happen, that does not mean that you failed as a leader. That means that that idea failed. The risk is you're not willing to grow yourself. The risk is who I am today is I'm a follower here. And I want to lead. I want to lead. I know I'm a leader. I decide I'm going to lead, and you keep on acting like a follower. That is a risk that happens when people just don't do the self-awareness development, the professional development to become a leader. The risk is, are you willing to study to become the best leader that you can possibly be? The risk is the decision for yourself that I'm choosing to invest in myself to be the leader that I choose to be. That is a risk. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to be out there. You have to be willing to fail. And all of those things, I'm telling you, you can survive. The rewards of all of this is, aside from, the awards that you get, aside from the money that you can make, the awards is this. One, you release your limitations. Every growth that you encounter as a leader, you are letting go of limitations. You're letting go of a belief system that used to hold you back. You're letting go of a perception of yourself that you have to release to go to the next level. You're letting go and releasing the idea of who you thought you could be to embrace an idea of who you really are becoming, which is always bigger than your own perception. It is also for you of a reward that you get to know possibilities. The more you're engaged, the more you're involved, the more possibilities come to you, the more opportunities come to you, the more growth you experience. And I've got to tell you, when you start growing and you start expanding and you start knowing yourself, it is liberating. It is incredible. It is exciting. It is powerful. And I don't mean power over people, it's power over yourself. You start walking with the sense of, yeah, I'm showing up fully and completely, and I'm going to keep on growing as a leader. When you choose to be a leader, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this. We see photographers wanting you to go like this, right? Crossing your arms. Some people think that this is what a leader looks like. To be a great engaged leader who manifests success, you cannot cover yourself up. You cannot cross your arms. You cannot hide yourself. You have to be willing to be fully on and fully open and fully real and fully authentic, especially in this day and age, especially when people can read every little twitch on your mouth, every little message that you give. You cannot be sitting back and being tight and having an image. You have to be willing to be open and be fully yourself. I'm not talking if you just want to play like your leader. I'm talking about if you want to be a great, engaged leader who manifests success, you are going to be willing to go the path that I'm going to be describing right now with you. And that path is that there are 11 key principles of great leaders.